Good evening.
Hi, Anishita. Good evening. So I can see that we have 119 people who have joined the call. Anishita, what do you say? Do you want to wait for a couple of minutes and then start, or shall
Yeah,
we start off?
yeah, we will wait for 2-3 minutes more.
All right.
That will be
All
fine.
right. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Team of we have 165 people who have joined the call. So, Anishita, shall we start?
Yeah, okay, Andre. Okay,
All right.
fine.
Thank you. So, hello everyone. Once again, a very good evening to one and all of you. I hope you would have attended the pre-litmus sessions that were conducted previously, either in your college or virtually. So, hope myself and Anishan sir are quite familiar to everyone by now. So, welcome everyone to the pre-litmus session where we are trying to focus more on the technical skill, which is going to be a Java based training session. And this is going to be a very important session because of the assessments that will be conducted later. So probably by the end of May or the beginning of June, we would be rolling out the assessments for the technical session that you have. So please pay attention. If you want, you can close all the other work that you might be doing or that you might be engaged into, and you can focus in this particular session will be taken by Anishan sir. I hope you all are familiar about or familiar of who he is. He takes care of all the technical trainings in IBS, and he will be taking this session ahead. I will be there in this call to assist him. So that is about this session. Any questions, any doubts before we begin the session? You may raise your hand and I'll take your question. All right. Perfect. So, with that, I hand over the session to Anishan sir. Sir, you may continue. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sadhana. Thank you so much. So, yeah, I think I'm audible, right? Adira, my sound and it's clear, right?
Yes, audio and video is perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. So I will share the screen too, so that
All right.
yeah. So before starting, I would like to uh, just all of you, I just want to just give a brief introduction. Okay, Adra has given a brief introduction. Already you have seen Adra and myself at your college in, I think, definitely all of you, because we have come over to your college, except one or two colleges, maybe that Barton Hill and I think at that time you have gone for some in the IV or something. So that time you may not have seen. Others, everybody has seen us, and so the what I like, and I think outside state, if we are there, then definitely, yeah, we may not have come over there. We have not come over there. Yeah. So outside state, like outside Kerala state, we have not come. So others, definitely you are familiar with myself and Andhra. Okay, so I will directly jump to the topic. Okay, and so what we are supposed to cover today, and the first and the foremost thing is that now I know that the time is 7, and we have scheduled until 8:30. So you can think, right? I'm still in office, and I am just here myself, and Adira is also having several other responsibilities, but still we both are here. This is just the agenda or the aim, you can understand, right? So just to make you sure, or make you give the to inculcate you with the technical knowledge which you are supposed to know. Okay, so this is nothing, this session is regarding, so I will tell you very clearly what is this session. Okay, this session is let it be clear. Okay, so let it be clear about other things. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Okay, so it is like this session, the aim of the session is to convey you the basics of Java. Okay, and as you all know, Java is being taught in your academics for one semester, that is for 6 months. So, or it is for 5 to 6 months. Okay, so the 6 months topic definitely I cannot cover in 1 hour or in 1.5 hours, and that is not possible. But still, I will tell you a clear picture of how to learn and what are the things to be learned and what is the expectation, all those things. So this will definitely help you for your evaluation. That you please keep it in mind. Okay, all of you, because we have one June month, we have one exam, right? So that time, this, if you are listening this properly, you will get a clear idea what is to be done. Are you getting what I'm saying? That you'll be getting a clear idea what is to be, how to prepare, and what is Java. And I will try to cover as much as possible, but definitely within 3 hours, in today's 1.5 hours and tomorrow's 1.5 hours, I have limitations, because the same program which I roll out here is for 2 months. So if as a topic of 2 months or 1 month cannot be taken in 2 days for sure. Okay, and that too for 12 hours, nearly 8 hours of training per day is the one which we used to roll out. So that is not possible, but still I will try my level best to cover as much as possible in maximum clarity. Okay, with the limitations, obviously. Okay, because of the time constraint. So please try to make use of the and Friday evening, you see, Friday evening we are spending time for it. Okay, that's out of our time, right? So please understand the genuinity and the sincerity which we put, and definitely we expect that sincerity back. Okay, in your listening. Okay, because all of you are not switching on your camera and all is not there, and so let it be two-sided. You can interact with us anytime. Okay, so I have already shared the PPT. So we can see the PPT and we will discuss on regard to the with respect to the PPT. So the what you have to prepare. This is the topics. Okay, introduction to Java. So I will tell you what is this. It's not like just like an overview. I will tell you. I will try to tell you what it is. So the only thing is that it will be little fast. Okay, because I have to cover maximum, right? So, introduction to Java, Java fundamentals, object-oriented programming, arrays in Java. So, all of you can please remember this, okay? Or else not all these things, okay? Then only you can understand. Otherwise, you will be missing out few things. Then Java APIs, exception handlings. I will tell you what it is, okay? Don't worry. So, this is introduction. So, these are the topics which I will be we you need to prepare, okay? I don't know how much I can cover in these 2 days. We will try to cover as much as possible, okay? Then collection frameworks, Lambda expression, date, IO streams, database connectivity. These are the things which we are to support. In this database connectivity and those things, you don't need to worry about because may not be database connectivity programs may not be there, but you just have a small awareness of it. That's it. Okay. So I will directly enter into the topic. Okay. So this is a introduction to Java. Okay, so Java. So please keep this in mind. So I don't have time too much. So I'm directly entering into the topic. Okay, without wasting time. So as we all know, Java is basically known in the name of James Gosling. So he's the one who has. So we, right? We are all familiar with Java from so many years. Okay, even when I studied that time itself, it was there in 2002, 2003. I still remember in 2002 in Kerala, Cochin University when I was studying that time, we had this is a Java data structure. Okay, even now it is having. That time also it was having. Okay, only thing is that Java was a different version of Java. Okay, so I'm not going into the theory portions. Okay, that's there. Okay, so when it is involved, then what are the various versions? I'm not spending time for that. Okay, that and all we can learn yourself. Okay, Wikipedia very clearly so stated what is the current version of Java JDK. Now we can JDK 19 when it has released, JDK 18 when it was, JDK 8 2014 it was released on 2014. So everything is mentioned clearly. And nowadays, every year, to September and March, every year, two releases are there for Java. That is one of the releases of JDK. Okay, that is the different versions of Java. So if you're asking what are the various features of all the versions, so just please keep it in mind that every version of Java will contain different few more. For example, sometimes few more annotations will be there, and there may be few conceptual changes. For example, interface can have defined methods. That is one of default methods that came in JDK 8. Then so many things has come. Then later there is something called var or variable arguments. Not variable arguments, variable VAR, variable uh, local variable type inference. Like that, few so many different features has come. So these features will come every new editions, new features will come. That we'll see later. Okay, so that is the difference of different versions. Just like you are having latest mobile app and all, or else you update it, right? So when you update it, what happens? New features will be there. Similarly, new Java JDKs, if you install, definitely new packages and new annotations and interfaces, so many new which belongs to the package will be accessible for the use programmer. That's what is one. That's what is. So what I'm trying to say is, what is Java? So what is Java? That Java is basically a multi-platform. All of us knows is platform independent. Why? Because where Java program can be executed in different OS, different systems which contain different OS. It can be, for example, your class file. Previously, when you execute a C program, what happens? Your C program will be compiled to a machine language, and it will be by the end it depends. It's not, there is nothing called a bytecode in between. Okay, Java, there is something called bytecode. So bytecode is transferable. That's not platform independent. We'll see to it later. Okay. Then Java provides network-centric operations. So all of us might be knowing Java. There is so many things called socket creation. So may not be sometimes knowing. I don't know whether you are having in the final year you are having those who are in computer science background. They'll be knowing. Final year they have some. We are not worried about network programming. Okay, don't need to go in depth of these things. Study Java. That's it. But what I'm now saying are the features of Java. Java is basically provides networking options using socket programming and servlet. Okay, there is something called Java X servlet servlet HTTP servlet. That option is that is a class for connecting to servlet, or else a server socket. classes are there. So different options are provided by Java. Okay, so just keep it in mind. Okay, don't need to worry about it now. Okay, then please see object orientation. Java or provides object oriented programming concept. That is different languages are different concepts. But Java, they provide a very clear concept of object orientation, where everything is object. Everything is an object. Okay, and there is nothing called nothing other than object. Like in C language, there is no object. There is no object in C language. We have methods. We call the methods. That's it. But in Java, we have object. Whatever we write, everything is inside a class. So everything is inside a class, and you create an object for the class. Class you cannot access simply. You have to access the class through object. So please keep it in mind always. Okay, Java we need object. We will see the program. I will explain the program. This is just an introduction. Okay, this is just an introduction, theory introduction. We will see the program. I'll explain the program a little bit. Okay, in depth we will explain when you come over here. That time we will have a deep in depth of these things. Okay, then Java is portable. That you already seen. Write once, run anywhere. It is portable. That means it can work over Windows or Mac OS or else Linux. Anywhere it can be. Then strong type checking. Strong type checking means in Java we have to give. For example, you are declaring a variable. We have to mention as it as what, int a, or else int variable name, or else string variable name. So string s, int a. So this int a and string s is nothing but we have to declare a as a integer type, and we have to declare s as a string type. So we have to tell in advance that this is the data type. So we are associating a variable with a data type. So mandatory we have to mention like that. So that is not a strongly typed. So that means what the conclusion is that, so if we are declaring a variable, that variable has to be mentioned with the data type. Okay, so that's why it's not a strongly typed. Okay, we know strongly typed. No, it's not typing very strong. Not in like that. Right? So strongly typed means not typing very strong. So it's like strongly typed or strong type checking. What does it mean? Nothing but we have to pre-declare the data type before writing. Okay, there are languages where does not we don't need it. There are languages you may be knowing different languages. Python does not need, but Python is still not a strongly typed. That's a different context. Okay, that will I tell you later. Okay, but now just keep it in mind. Java we have to statically strongly typed. That way you can think. Okay, statically strongly typed. That way you can think. Okay. So that's what is basic of this strongly typed. Then exception handling. So exception handling in the sense like, okay, all of you please make sure a mic is mute. Okay. So exception handling mechanism. You can see here there's something called exception handling. Exception is something but a situation which is unwanted. For example, you are going for going for an exam. You don't want to forget the hall ticket, right? Definitely you need the hall ticket. Definitely you don't wish to forget the hall ticket, right? When you are going for an exam. Similarly, when you are dividing two numbers, a by b, okay, definitely you don't need b. If it is 0, there are chances that arithmetic exception will be sent. That is known as runtime exception or unchecked exception. There can be errors. For example, a string, you are printing the length of a string. The string can be null. That is known as null pointer exception. There can be situation like we are adding a driver. So the driver we are loading. Okay. So while loading a driver, there can be situation that the driver is missing. You have forgotten to add the library to the build path. Then one exception will occur. These are all unwanted situations which will occur. Then whenever this unwanted situation occurs, I will tell you the program. I will show you the program, what it is, all those things. That will take some time. Okay. So before reaching that, we just see this. Okay. So just anyway, now understand the theory concept now. So it's unwanted situation is known as the exception. For that, we have classes. How it will handle? We have classes. Independent classes are there to handle this. Java, everything is a class. So we have separate classes to handle this exception. So if any problem comes, imagine somebody will help us. So similarly, exception is somebody's mic is on, I think. Alka Paulson. Please mute your mic. So exception handling mechanism, this is what is the concept is. Okay, so we have different classes to handle different. These classes belongs to exception class, which belongs to okay, throwable class. That is different. That's a different story. We'll tell it. Okay. Then we have automatic memory management. So we have means Java. Java is having automatic memory management. That we can think like whenever in Java everything is object. So whenever an object is unused, Just like in our home, if imagine we are having some food waste, okay, definitely that the garbage from the municipality or the corporation, they will come and collect. So similarly, Java, the unused objects in Java point of view, it is object. There is no food waste, so it's an object, unused object. That is a waste here. Okay, so that unused object, that is a food. That is a one which is not required. The unused object which is stored in the heap, you have to note down, otherwise you'll forget. Okay, so the unused object, the objects are stored in heap memory. In Java, in JVM, there are different concepts are there: heap and stack. Stack contains the object reference, the heap contains the object. So the heap memory will be having the object. Okay, so once some object is unwanted, unused object, there are chances that unused object, that's known as not garbage collector will remove it. Okay, garbage collector is automatically invoked in Java. There are different types of garbage collector. There are 5 different types of garbage collector, exactly saying. No need to go in depth of it. We will see it later. Okay, but anyway, there is some. Just please keep it in mind. There is two different storage methodology. One is stack, another one is heap. One is stack, another one is heap. Stack contains the reference to the object, and object is stored in heap. This is nothing but some memory location. Okay, don't worry about what is stack and heap. Okay, it's nothing but a memory location. Okay, where it is stored. So definitely somewhere we have to store it, right? Okay, this object has to be stored somewhere. This reference has to be stored somewhere. So where will you store? One in stack, another one in heap. So if it is not used, what will you do? Then we have to delete it. So for removing it, for garbage collection, Java is having something called garbage collector. We don't need to invoke. That is, we'll see it later how to invoke. Okay, that is system.gc. That is a GC is a garbage collector, which is automatically invoked. So before that, there is a method called finalize method. Don't need to go in depth of it. But anyway, keep it in mind that we will see those things when we discuss the program. Okay, in future. Then security. Java provides so much of security features also. There is so much of there is something called security exception. Okay, that these things are being provided by Java. Okay, security exceptions. Okay, like there are various exception classes which are provided by Java which deals with security. For example, if you try to connect with third-party API, imagine you are trying to connect with third-party API, your Java program, then automatically the security exception classes of Java will raise. That they are basically runtime exceptions. Okay, it's unchecked exceptions. Those exceptions will be sent by the Java program. So security features are provided by Java. Okay, there are so many classes which are helping for this security aspects point of view. Okay, security levels, restrictions, all those things. We'll see it later. Okay, then basically there is something called Java Standard Edition and Java Enterprise Edition. Okay, so don't get confused with this name. Okay, it's very simple. Okay, Java Standard Edition is nothing but you can think like the Java Standard Edition is nothing but you can think like the Java platform that basically works. Imagine you need a Java Standard Edition for developing applications which work in your laptop. Okay, maybe without having internet connection. For example, you can create a program which will work in a program which will work in your laptop without internet connection. That way you can think. Okay, for simple words, that is known as Java Standard Edition, which will work only in your laptop, which will not have that enterprise application. That is for enterprise application like web multi-tier enterprise application, or else for a web application where you have a client and where you have a server. Those type of things you need JWE. Okay. Obviously, when you work in a company, when you join a company, definitely you need to work in a Java enterprise application because whatever you develop will be deployed in a server. So server may be required. Client will obviously read it, will put a query for the request for to the server. Those initial applications we will training we will see in a local host systems. So that time we will see JWE. Okay, but in your academics, I doubt whether you have JWE. So that's why I'm saying. So JWE we will see as a client and server type applications, enterprise applications. We have to think about JWE. But standalone applications which you do in your academics can be thought of as Java Standard Edition. Okay, just like a linked list, or else like a linked list, or a map program, or else like some mathematical operations where you're finding the volume of some cube or a structure of some different something. Okay, so those type of mathematical applications, or else you are finding a probabilistic model. So those are all standalone applications. You can do it. That is known as Java Standard Edition application. Okay, some mathematical applications you can do it with standalone applications. You can execute uh, machine learning algorithm in Java. We have machine learning algorithms which we can done using deep nets and all those things. So there you don't need a JWE. You can execute those things using your standalone application itself, provided you have downloaded all the jar files separately. Otherwise, you need a JWE application. Okay, this is basic architecture. Okay, so basic architecture. So please see this basic architecture. So JDK, JRE. So what is JDK? What is JRE? Okay. What is JVM? So it is nothing but when you install, you don't need to worry about these things. When you install, automatically what you install, JDK you will install. For example, you are on the client side. You don't need to imagine you are on the client side and you don't need to provide. You don't need to develop a program. Then you can go with what? Then you can go with JRE alone. Okay. Otherwise, you have to go with the JDK, full JDK. Okay, so JDK contains a full set of tools where you are having compiler, debugger, everything. Okay, where you have compiler, debugger, everything with this. The JDK comprises of JRE. Okay, JDK is like a superset. JRE is inside JDK. Okay, so JRE contains various. JRE is a Java runtime environment. Okay, so JRE contains JVM plus so many libraries. So that are libraries, right? Here you can see libraries. So this library contains various libraries are there in it. Okay, various library files. Okay, that library files and that will be loaded uh, by the JVM. Okay, JVM is having internally so many types of loaders. That loader will load this file. So what you have to keep in mind is when you run a program, you have to think in mind that there are so many things which is background it is running. Okay, you have to compile it, you have to debug it, you have to run it, right? And definitely your program may need a third party application. Imagine you are writing a small program. That program is being accessed by some other. Imagine you are going to connect your program with some other application. Okay. So what do you need? You need the third party application you want to connect in that case. So what do you need? You need the third party's database you want to connect. So you need to connect with the database like jar files, jar file. We'll see it later. Okay, don't worry. Okay, so that type of files we have to load. For that, you have different loaders called bootstrap loader, then extension loader, application loader. Different loaders are there inside JVM. JVM will take care of it. Okay, don't worry about it. JVM is a very important thing, Java virtual machine, which takes care of all these process. Okay, JVM is the one which works in the background. We don't see it. We will not see this JVM and all. But when you install JDK, this will be there inside. So this is the one which works in the background. Just like when we are studying, our father, mother will do the work, right? For us, they will earn the money, they will support us, they are the one who will make us study. So similarly, JVM is the one which works internally in the background. Okay, when you execute a program, this is the one JVM, this JDK, JVM, all the JDK contains JVM. Okay, JVM works in the background. Okay, the JVM makes the Java bytecode. The bytecode is there, right? Bytecode. That bytecode will be interpreted and it will be compiled using just-in-time compiler, and the output will be given by the JVM. So JVM, I will show you the architecture. Okay. So the Java source code. Now I will show the program. Okay. This theory portion is almost coming to an end. Now we'll see the program. Okay. So you can see a source code will be compiled and it will become bytecode. This bytecode is further run by JVM, and now we'll get the machine code. In other languages like C language, there is nothing called a bytecode. You can this one is this bytecode will not be there in C language. It will not be there. So what happens after compiling directly? You will get this. So that is why it is not portable. So here we have a in between one fellow that person is known as bytecode. That bytecode can be interpreted by JVM. Okay, that depends upon the JVM for if it is JVM for Windows, it is JVM for Windows. If it is Unix, it's JVM for Unix. So what I'm trying to say is this bytecode makes the difference. Bytecode makes it portable. Okay, so compiler will compile it will give bytecode, but this bytecode is further interpreted by what? JVM. JVM will interpret this bytecode. That's not an interpreter is there inside JVM. Okay, and there is one more compiler that's known as JIT compiler. Don't worry about it. Anyway, JVM will take care of the job. Okay. So that is what the reason for this. Okay, platform independence. Java program compiler will compile and different interpreter. For that interpreter means why? Because this interpreter is inside JVM. Okay, if it is a Windows 20, Windows, a Mac OS, all those things. Okay, then you see here now we'll see the basic program structure. Okay, This is the basic Java program. Okay, to our, we basically what will how we'll have the session here in IBS is like we will have hands-on. I will open the window and I will type and I will demonstrate. That's the usual procedure. To save time, we are, because already we have only 1.5 hours time. If I'm trying to type this, if I'm trying to show it in the IDE, then it will take time. Okay, when you come over here, we will be doing everything practical with hands-on training, everything. Okay, every day we'll do and we'll give the program, everything will be there. Okay, so that's a way which we'll deals with. Okay, this is nothing but a basic idea. So all of you, please listen to this carefully so that it will be clear for you and you will get a clear picture what is to be prepared. Okay, so please take it in that spirit. And okay, this is, you can think, you can see here I am still in the company. Okay, I have not gone. I have to, from Trivandrum I have to go to my hometown. It's nearly 5 hours journey. Night I have to travel. Okay, so think about it. Okay, so that much distance I have to travel now. Okay, so after 8:30, okay, I will reach my home by 2 o'clock, at least by 1:30, at the most 1:30. Okay, night. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, so please, at least for that, you just please listen. Okay, so this is a basic program of Java. Okay, we have Java. Okay, I told that we need to at least study Java for some 2-3 weeks. Okay, minimum. Yeah, 1 month is a minimum time, exactly saying. But anyway, 2-3 weeks you have to put some effort. But this is a basic thing. So a Java program always starts with the first statement will be package. The first statement will be package. So you have to mention, for example, you are going to write hello, how are you? Okay, you are going to write hello, or else you are going to say welcome to Java. You are going to print it. Imagine you see this. You're going to print it. For printing, you use the statement system.out.println. I will tell you in depth of what is system, what is out, what is println. So we'll see in depth. But anyway, for that, just for that second, current second, you just keep it in mind that system.out.println is a method. Print or println is a method to print it. So whatever you give in double quotes will come to the screen as it is. Double quotes, right? Whatever you give in double quotes will be printed as it is. So welcome to Java will be printed in the screen. So what I'm trying to say is, so this program, this particular statement, anyway, whatever you write, everything will be inside a class. This class should be inside what? Inside a package. So that means, anyway, the class cannot be standalone. It should be inside a package. So the package we have to mention. So I have given a package name called, package is name. What's the package name which is mentioned? com.ibsplc.sample. So any name you can mention. So package is nothing but the package which contains, for example, a package can have multiple classes. Imagine you are having 10 different classes. So all these class can be in one package. So in this case, there is only one class. So you may think, okay, what is the use of package? Okay, so package is mandatory. So package is the first statement to start with, basically. So then comes the import statement. For example, if I want to use any methods inside a package, for example, I want to use some particular classes. In Python also you do this, right? Python also you have import pandas as PD, like that you will give. In Python you will give import pandas, right? So similarly here it is Java, not Python. Okay, so import java.util.star. So it is nothing but Java is a package, util is a sub package. So what does this package contains? Package contains classes. I don't have time to repeat, that's why I'm not repeating. Okay, otherwise I could have repeated these things very clearly. So packages contain classes and interfaces, or else you can think annotations also. Okay, so that way you can think. Okay, so packages basically contains classes. In this current context, you think about classes or annotation or interfaces. Okay, so Java is a package, util is a sub package inside it, and dot star. Star means everything. So every classes inside this util will be accessible within this program. So we are not used it. Okay, so there's no meaning in giving it here, but just to show the import statement, we have shown it here. Okay, we have not used any classes which comes out of util is not utilized in this program. Okay, so it is not here. Okay, but anyway, so the class name starts with what? Class name starts with capital letter. You should, so see here the class name Java main. You give any name. If you want to give your name, you give your name. If you want to give Sachin Tendulkar, you give plus Sachin Tendulkar. But give S as capital. Okay. Tendulkar T as capital. That is always advised. Class name should be starting with capital letter. So that's what is the basic program. Why I'm saying this basic program is why, because many of you are from different backgrounds. Okay, we will see the high-end programs, collection streams, parallel streams, all those things after some time. Okay, so here also I will ask one thing. Can we give this class name public? Can we give, what are the other options which I can provide here for the class name? Now it will be interactive. What are the other options which I can provide for it other than public? Can somebody help me? Public class Java main. So what?
Private.
Ashwin. Ashwin. Yeah. Can I know the names Ashwin has told? Who has now told the answer? Akash, right? Yeah. Akash and yeah. Kaushik. So one thing, Kaushik, many has put private protected, but one thing, please keep it in mind: we cannot give private protected. That is not possible. A class name can be public and default. Understand? Public is not possible. Public and default are the only two access modifiers possible for a outer class. Inner class can be private, public, and protected. So please note that. Okay. Outer class can be Ashwin, you're clear, right? Outer class can be only. So the answer is that outer class can be only default and public. Okay. Protected and private is not possible. You try it, you'll get an error. Okay. You're getting. So I will do one thing. I will try to share the Java window. Okay. Then it will, yeah, we will try to see that. Okay. You can see here, right? Public class loops. We will see program. Don't worry about it. Okay. So if I try to make it private, you see what it is showing. All of you can see the screen, right? Illegal modifier for class. Only possible are public, abstract, final. And you can give without name also. Okay. So default is possible, public is possible, abstract is possible. But you cannot give, we cannot give, we can give public and default. Okay. Default means if you don't give anything, that is default. Okay. That if you don't mention anything, that is known as default. Clear? So what I'm trying to say is, so we cannot give protected and privates are possible for variables. Okay. Inside variables, it is possible. Okay. Inside variables, it is possible. Okay. For outside, it is not possible. For inside variables, for example, we can give here. Here we can give public, not here. Here we can give private int h. Okay, like this I can give. That is possible, but I cannot give the class name. Okay, but can I give here private int? Can I give inside? Is possible? No, within a method it's not possible. It's not possible inside a method. Okay, inside a method it's not possible. Please keep that in mind. Okay, so see the basics. Okay, inside a method it's not possible. Okay, it's possible as a instance variable. Okay, anyway, so please see this. Okay, so public class Java main. So public static void main string. So what it is, what we are doing here is we are declaring the main method. So main method is a method which start with the execution starts. Okay, main method is a place where execution starts. Please see here public static void main. Okay, this is a place where execution starts. So can we give static public void main? You see here. If you want, you can give static public. That is possible, very well possible. Okay, you can interchange between these things. Don't worry about what is public, what is static. Static is something which is why? Because the main method is the method which is automatically invoked when the JVM, when the execution starts, main method will be invoked. So static method, it can be directly called. Okay, static method can be directly invoked. Static method. I have not shared the screen, I think, right? Sorry, I'm sharing a different screen. Yeah, see this, please. So static public void main is also possible. Public static void main is also possible. Okay. So these are the various combinations which are possible. Okay. If you want, you can, instead of the square bracket, you can put 3 dots also. Okay. Variable argument. So similarly, so many options are possible. Anyway, time being, don't worry about it, but please keep it in mind. Okay. So static variable, static, if you mention a static method can be called by JVM directly. That's why. Okay. Can be called by JVM directly. So where the execution starts from where? Execution starts. Yeah. When you're saying something. Any doubts? Any doubts? Yeah. Okay. So we will. So static method can be called from JVM directly. Means directly without object. That's the advantage. That's why main method is static. Okay. That's why main is static. Please keep that in mind. Okay. Then static, the keyword static we'll explain later. Don't worry about now. Okay. Public can be called from anywhere. Public is globally accessible. Globally accessible. Okay. Globally accessible. So what we'll do is spellings and all, don't worry about it now. So public is globally callable. Okay. Then what we can say is like public is globally callable. Then those are the reasons why main method is like this. Okay, main method is basically why, because it can be called without object. Otherwise you have to have an object. So the JVM has to struggle for it. So directly it can call. Okay, main method, the execution starts from main method. Okay, execution starts from main method. Okay, so the syntax of main method, you don't worry about it. Public static void main is time being. If it's a C program or Java program, it was what? C program, it was like C program, it was simply in void main, right? Void main, very easy to memorize. But here it is not like that. Okay, so that is a C++. It is int main. Okay, here it is a public static void main, and you have to have an argument like a string. So, okay, this argument string is to this string args of square bracket, right? So this one. Okay, this is to provide runtime input. This is to provide runtime input. That and all we'll see later. Okay, we will see how to execute all those things. Runtime input. It is to provide runtime inputs. Okay, so that is the use of strings argument. So that is now, don't forget about it. Okay, system.out.println is to print the system.out.println is to print the screen. Okay, if somebody is interested in knowing what it is, can somebody tell me what is system.out.println? What is system? What is out? What is println? Can anybody tell me? If those who are knowing Java, they will, okay. Otherwise, don't worry about it. Is there anybody who can switch on the mic and tell, it's very good. Or else also no problem. Okay. System dot out dot, what is
System
out?
is
What is ah yeah, carry on.
system is a class. And the out
Ah, system
system
is
is
a
a
class.
class, sir. Out is a package or like a library. We
Okay,
are
Anisha,
going
is
to
it
take println method from out.
out is a
Out class.
package.
Out is
Out is
class.
a
Is object.
Yeah,
out is
object.
a, yeah, different options are coming. Anusha is saying out is a package. Somebody else is saying out is an object.
So
Sir,
out is a reference variable of system class.
Out is a reference variable of,
System class. System is a
yeah.
wrapper class.
Yeah, system is our class. Is our system class contains. Okay, I will tell you the answer. Okay, anyway, you are almost near. Who told this answer now? Kaushik.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Kaushik. Yeah, you're almost near to it. Okay, so system is a class which contains an static variable called out variable, which is of no need to okay, leave it now. Okay, system class contains. I will tell you the code. Okay, system class contains print stream. I will share the screen. Okay, the system class is provided by Java. Okay, so we cannot I cannot open. I'm not going to open it. Okay, so imagine like this. Okay, imagine there is a something called a class system. Okay, and that class contains print. There's another class called print stream class. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, print stream class out. Okay, like this. This is static. This is a static variable inside it. Okay. Okay, this is a static variable inside it. That is, otherwise, comment time, if I'm don't putting double slash, it will show error. That's why. Okay. So, and this class print stream contains what? Inside this, there is something called print. This contains void println. Okay. That is why now it is clear, right, Kaushik? System contains, so we can use, this is static variable. So we can use system dot out. Static variable can be called directly using the class name. So system dot out. So what is the method? Println is a method. So object dot println. So that's what is happening. So don't worry about it now. Okay, all of you, please don't worry about it now. Why I showed is because you have to have a clear idea. That's why I'm showing. So those who are able to understand, let them understand. Others we can. So Java, always keep one thing in mind. Java, when you're studying Java, don't go in depth of Java elements in the starting. Okay. For example, I have the, somebody may have the problem system.out.println. They cannot accept it in the starting. Starting itself, their mind will keep on carving like, okay, I need to know what is system, what is out. Don't worry, you patiently you wait. Okay. Because after studying what is static, you will understand that. After studying what is object, you will understand it. From the starting point of view, you have to assume that okay, system.out.println is the statement for printing. Okay, in C language we can directly use printf, right? Printf. There is no need to do anything. Printf. So our mind adapts. Our mind says, okay, oh, happily our mind will accept printf. It's a method. I'm calling a method. Okay, fine. But here it is not like that. It's object-oriented language, right? So here we have to have an object dot method. Method always starts with, please keep it in mind, method always starts with parenthesis. Okay, if anybody is having doubt, please keep that in mind. Okay, method always starts with what? It will start with parenthesis. Okay, if it is a method, it will have parenthesis. For example, void add parenthesis. Okay, parenthesis there, then it is method. Okay, if it without that, it's not a method. Okay, so if you want to call a method, then you need an object. Okay, object dot method name. This is the syntax. Okay, object dot method name. So what is what method name with the parenthesis? Okay, so what is object? All those things we'll see later. Okay, we will give some time, or I will explain later. Okay, so now for the time being, you just accept that println is a method. So out is an object. So we are calling it. Not like your C language. C language you can directly call a method without anything. But here it is not like that. Okay, imagine can you make a phone call to somebody, prime minister directly? No, right? I cannot make. So we cannot make. What we need, we will first we have to contact the some other assistant or somebody, right? Then we have to get a, imagine you want to invite some prime minister or a chief minister to a function. So you have to call somebody else, is assistants or like a manager or somebody. Then through them only you can contact if you are inviting. So similarly, method you cannot call directly. You need an object. Okay, so that is a common thing. But sometimes the object will be a static variable of some other class. In this case, it is like that. So we need system.out. Okay, that's a basic thing. Okay, I am explaining it in simple words and that much clearly. Why? Because this, I don't know how many of you know. Okay, out is an object of print string class. Yeah, Kiran CC. Yeah, it's correct. Okay, out is an object of, not an, yeah, it's a reference. It's not an object. It's a reference variable. Okay, okay, you can think of object also. Okay, Kaushik, Kiran has put in the chat that out is an object of print stream. Okay, print stream P capital, S capital. Okay, okay, Kiran. Print stream class name. Everything starts with capital letter. Okay. So that's what is regarding this one. So clear, right? So this is the basic program. Okay, this class extra is not working here. Okay, we don't need this. But what you have to keep in mind is if you write this, then can somebody tell me what will happen if you write a class extra like this one? What is the impact of this? Can somebody tell me what is the impact of this? Is there no impact, or what is the impact of this? Those who are knowing Java, they can say what is the impact of this. There are two classes. What is the impact of this? Any use is there for it? No use, but still what happens when you give like that?
Only one public class can be possible, sir.
Yeah, only one public class is possible. Exactly, correct. Then what will happen if you give one more class? Whether any error will come if you write an IDE class extra, like that one class is there, right? If one more class is there, if that class is not having, this class is not having any content, nothing. And this class is not having any connections also. There is no object of this extra class extra, this one. We have not created inside it. No, it is something else. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is this extra, the class extra, right? So this one, this class extra, we have not used it. But one thing wanted to keep in mind is whenever you write a class, automatically IDE will compile it. So class extra will be compiled and a dot class file will be created for it. Okay. What will be created? A class file will be created for it. Please keep that in mind. Okay, a class file will be created for it. It will be compiled and a class file will be created. Compiled and a class file will be created. Okay, even though there is no use still. Okay, that you have to keep in mind. Okay, a file can have only one class which is mentioned as public class, and that class should contain public static void main. Okay, that is exactly correct. Okay, for example, I will show you the window screen. Okay, I'm typing this in an IDE known as Spring Tool Suite. Okay, if you are thinking where I am typing this, okay, I'm typing it in IDE called Spring Tool Suite. It is basically it is an Eclipse. Okay, Eclipse tool only. Okay, Eclipse IDE only. Okay, Eclipse IDE. Okay, Spring Tool Suite. You can use you can install Eclipse. That's better. Okay, Eclipse IDE, freely downloadable. Okay, just install it. It will take only 2 minutes. Okay, install it. I am using Spring Tool Suite. No need. Okay, Spring Tool Suite is required for web JWE applications. Okay, which will be, in which we can do in which you can do both JC and JWE. Both is possible. Both are possible. Okay. You can install Eclipse IDE, which is maybe having only JSC, because you have to focus only on J2SC. Okay, Java to Standard Edition. Okay, so clear, right? So this is what is so Spring Tool Suite. So what I'm trying to say is this is the file name. What is the file name? You see here loops. So see this loops.java, right? So loops.java is the file name. So definitely this class, right? This class name also should be loops. I cannot give loops1. This is not possible. Why? Because the file name and the class name which contains the public class, the public class should be having same name. But I can have another class here. Imagine I can have another class, for example, class D. Okay, this is possible. This is possible. But we can have multiple classes. I can have one more class M. This is also possible. Multiple classes. Okay, but class loops I cannot change. Here I can put whatever name. But why? Because this public class only one can be there. Just now somebody was also saying it. Okay, so please keep that in mind. Okay, clear, right? So whenever you write this, you can see here class D, class M. Then automatically you can see here automatically in the bin folder. Go and check in the bin folder. Okay, in the bin folder m dot class. Bin folder m dot class file is created. Okay, after compilation. So that is one thing. Okay, whenever you write, whether you have main method or not, compiled one file will be created. Okay, compiled one file will be created. One file will be compiled. I will have little one. Sorry. Okay. So whenever you write, one compilation will be happening. Okay, but main method should be there to execute. But if you want to execute, if you want to run, but if you want to run or execute, main method is mandatory. Okay, otherwise only compiling will be there. Okay, nothing will be there. Only compile it will become class file will be there, but you cannot run it. You cannot see the output. That is not possible. Okay, clear? Any doubts in these things? And one more thing here also you have to keep in mind. Okay, when you publish at void main, right, if you want, you can put final. Okay, then you can put a strict FP. So many things we'll discuss in later. Okay, don't think that publish at void main is publish at. It can be anyway. Okay, you see here strict, final, public. Okay, you see this publish at void main itself is completely changed. Okay, there are so many ways to put it. Okay, string you can have. Okay, you can have it like this. We'll explain these things later. Okay, so don't think the public static void means only public. There are so many things: strict FP, static, final, public. All these words we will explain later. But anyway, keep in mind, still the program works. Okay, now also it works. There is no error. Okay. I'm not going to depth of it. We'll see it later. Okay. So go through. We will see slowly. We will go. Okay. That and all we will see later. Strict FP final and all we will see later. Okay. Not now. So if you want to comment, you have to put a double slash. Okay, just like your C language. Multiple line, you have to put slash star. Okay. White spaces are ignored by Java. Okay. Python, you have indentation, but here we don't have that problem. Okay. We have curly braces. Okay. No need to have no confusions. Curly braces. I like curly braces. Okay. Personally, I like curly braces. I don't like indentation. I don't like indentation at all. I like curly braces. So curly braces is there, then you can write as you wish. Other one, we have to be very clear whether align, just like whether rain comes, right? If rain comes, problem will come. So similarly, we have to be very careful after writing whether it is a left alignment, everything. Where scale we have to have, we have to see whether it is that problems, nothing are there. Curly braces is there, everything is okay. Okay. So that's the advantage of I like that thing. Okay. Okay. Every Java programs include at least one class definition. We know, we have already seen this. Okay. A class definition contains all the variables and methods. These are all, this is method. Whatever starts with this parenthesis is known as method. Okay. A function, method and function, two things we can say. Basically, C programmers say method. Java programmers say, C programmers say functions. Java programmer will say method. A method is nothing but a function inside a class. Like that you can think. Okay. A function inside a class is known as method. Clear? So method and function are almost same. Okay. Class is C programmers, or they will basically say function. Okay. So main method, you can see here, main method, strings, all those things. Okay. So where this is for this string argument, right? This argument that is for runtime input. That we will see later. Okay. That is for runtime input to command line, runtime input, command line input, command line input. Okay. So semicolon, always end with a semicolon. Don't forget. Okay, always end with a semicolon. Semicolon is mandatory. Okay, terminating error. If you don't put semicolon, it will show error. So here also you can see, right? This IDE. IDE is very helpful, right? You can see here how beautifully it is helping. How beautifully it is helping. You see here, if I am putting I am forgetting the semicolon. You see, it will show error. You see red color, right? Red is always dangerous, right? So error. So I have to put semicolon. So this IDE helps a lot. So if I'm imagine now it's compiling. That's why it's showing error. Okay, it's compiled and it identified the error. You see here. Okay, otherwise for compiling, how will, if you are not using IDE, if you don't use IDE, what you have to do? If you don't use IDE, you have to provide compilation steps. What is the compilation step? Java C, but the program name is loops, right? Loops.java. You have to give. Then you have to give Java. For running, you have to give Java loops. Okay. So these are the steps. This is for compilation. This is for compilation. Another one is for running. Okay. So automatically JVM we have to keep in mind. Okay, JVM will interpret the, what is the input for this? Loops dot class file. Okay, that will be taken. This Java, when you give Java C loops dot Java, when you give like this, then what will be created? Then bytecode will be created. Bytecode will be created after compilation. After the above step, this is for compilation. Java C. Java C stands for Java compiler. Okay. Java C means Java compiler. Okay. So bytecode will be created after this compilation. That bytecode will be used for running. When you give Java space loops, okay. When you give like this, okay. Then what happens for running? This is for running. Okay. Then what happens? JVM will interpret this bytecode, which is this loops dot class file, right? That is known as what? This is known as bytecode. Okay. This bytecode will be taken. This is known as bytecode. Okay. This bytecode will be taken. Bytecode file will be taken and it will be interpreted. And the machine code will be generated. That's a step. Okay. So everything is happening. You see how quick it is happening. See how fast. Okay. So IDE will help us a lot. Okay. In all these aspects. So that's why in colleges they will not allow to use IDEs in your university exams. When I was studying, I still remember that time we have NetBeans. Okay. So NetBeans IDE is there. So that time what happens? Pranav, I think your camera is on. I think you are sharing something. Yeah. So What I'm trying to say is IDE will not be allowed. Why? Because otherwise, what happens that we will become lazy and we will not. The student point of view, when we are learning, that time itself, everything will be put by the IDE. We don't know what is happening, so we will not type unless until you don't type by yourself in a notepad. You will not see what is the mistake. So when you use a notepad and we give Java C space programming into Java, then you will be more clear and will be more adept and skillful. That's why in academics they will not allow to use IDE. I don't know nowadays what it is. I'm saying about 20 years back, okay, not now, okay, 2002 2003 I'm saying, okay, nowadays, nowadays also it's like that, right? I know I have updates, right? I'm saying about my studying time. So now also IDEs are not allowed. There are few universities where allow still asked to use in notepad, okay. I don't know what is the situation. I know, because I was there and yeah, I know it, okay. So anyway, then Java keywords. There are various keywords. So keywords are the words which are already being reserved. These words you cannot use. Exactly saying there is 61 keywords. These words you cannot use it. These are always reserved for it. For example, you are going to a hotel. So there you are seeing that in the front row there are so many people. So some reserved, some board is there. So automatically we will not go and sit there. Basically, I don't know whether you will sit or not, but basically you will not sit, right? So if it is, I was just joking, okay. So what I'm saying is, if you imagine, so similarly these are the reserved words which we cannot use it. Okay, so you should not use it as a variables. Int a we will give, right? So a b. So similarly, we should not give these keywords as these keywords you see here: abstract, default, if, package, synchronized, assert, do, implements, private. These things you should not use as these things you should not use as what you should not use. You should not use as keywords. Okay, you should not use as keywords. I will show you this. Okay. So that are all reserved keywords. Okay, we are not supposed to use it as these things. Okay, clear, right? Is it shared? The window is it getting shared? Yeah, now it is. So here I cannot give int I, right? So I cannot give int reserved word. Some reserved. You tell me some reserved word. Some that is one reserved word is if. Okay, that is not possible. I cannot give if because if is already reserved. If is already reserved. I cannot give it. Okay. Then another thing is uh, finally. Okay. Int final. I cannot give because final is already reserved. Int finally. Finally is also reserved. I cannot give it. But I can give int fina. It is possible. Why? Because it's not a reserved word. Okay. Reserved words you cannot give. That's the reason for it. Okay. That's the meaning of reserved word or keyword. Okay. Reserved, not it's not keywords. So reserved word is different. Keyword is a little different. Okay. But anyway. Okay. So please keep that in mind. Okay. So there are so many resources. So total there are nowadays 61 are there, I think, according to it's keep on increasing. Okay, whenever Java new versions come, they will add so many things. Now in this can you see VAR is there? VAR, can somebody see? I'm not able to identify. VAR is there reserved word? Is it able to identify any reserved word called VAR? No, no, right?
No.
Yeah, but VAR is newly added. In latest JDK, now VAR is not possible in your latest JDK because VAR also is possible. Okay, in now latest. Okay, and whether here one more thing, CONST constant go to, right? If go to is there, whether anywhere we can find EFG const. Can you const is there, right? Yeah. So const const is not used in Java, but still they have reserved it. Okay. Const is not used in Java, but still they are reserving it. Okay, that you have to keep in mind. Okay, const is not used. Instead of constant, we'll give, instead of for making something constant, we'll give final only final. But still they are reserving it. That is another thing. Okay. Or in Java, for example, if you want to make a variable as a constant variable, okay, int pi, right, is equal to 3.14. Anyway, so this variable we want to make it as a constant variable. Okay, imagine not int float. Okay, int will not work for float. This one f we have to put. Okay, so float pi is equal to 3.14 f. Okay, so imagine you want to make it as a constant, then you cannot give it like this. Okay, this is not possible. What you have to give is final. What I have to give is final. Okay, this is only possible. But still, constant you cannot give. Okay, but still you cannot give constant. But still you cannot give constant. Clear? But still we cannot give constant because const is a reserved keyword. Okay, const is a reserved keyword which cannot be used as a variable or identifier. Identifier is different, variable is little different. Okay, yeah. Okay. For example, identifier can be this is an identifier. Class name is an identifier. Identifier is a name given to anything. Okay, identifier is a name given to class or method or variable. Okay, anything variable, right? Where identifier is a name given to those things. Okay. So please keep that in mind. Okay, we are going very slowly in simple way because it should be understandable for everybody. That's my aim because ECE are there, mechanical are there, all those things. We will see all these keywords when you join. Okay, here I am if I am current batch, right? I am now we are running program for transient. We are running program for volatile. We are running program for strict FP. We use synchronized in thread programs. So okay, all these things default in 4 different ways. Default as a static, inside interfaces, inside annotations, custom annotation, as a so many different as a access modifier. All these things we'll see separately. Okay, but only thing is that we don't have time for those things. Okay, so I cannot go in depth of it. Okay. So if you're asking, don't think that because taking that will be time consuming. My aim is to give you the basics and to give you an interest, to make an interest in you. So I will tell you one thing. Java is the most beautiful language. Okay, that's what is the most interesting language also. Okay, so please utilize that. Okay, I always think always I have felt that. Okay, Java is the one which is very clearly documented also. Then variables already we have shown, right? Variables. There are different types of variables. One is primitive, another one is reference data type. Okay, primitive and reference. Okay, I will tell you what it is. We will share the screen, right? So here we can see, right? So primitive. This is primitive. If we give int a, okay, that int is primitive. What it is? Int is primitive type. Primitive means existing like primitive type. Okay. If you imagine we have a class M, right? Class M here. You see here class M. So I can create an object of class M. M space obj, not object reference. Okay. M space obj. So this one, this M, right? This M is this obj is a reference type. Okay. Obj is a reference type. So because it's not a class type, it's not a primitive type. Okay. Primitives are nothing but, so whether Java is purely object oriented, can somebody tell me? We will not spend too much time on that debate, but still. Whether Java is purely object oriented language? Pure object oriented.
No, sir.
Why?
So because we have a static keyword in Java. Using
Why is
static, we
that?
can call without object without creating any object, we can call the static method or static member.
Without object, we can call it using, if we are having a static variable, we can, without an object, we can call. Okay. Other than that, okay, that makes sense. Okay. Other than that, there is the most important is like int a is there, right? So int is not a reference type. Okay. So everything int a, right? So a is not a object. So everything should be an object. So imagine there it was integer was only there. Imagine we had only integer. Okay. Imagine we have only integer space s. Okay, like this. Now s is a reference type. If that was the case, means then if this is the case, means then what is what it is? Then everything is an object type, right? Now everything is an object. Something else. Yeah. Sorry. So if that is the case, means everything object type. Okay, but in the that a is not an object. So as you told, static. Okay, that is okay. Different context you have told. Okay, clear. We are not using object to call it. Well, that also makes some sense. Okay, but what I'm saying is, so there's a debatable thing. Okay, we are not going to do it, but still, We'll come back, otherwise we'll go out of track. Okay, so all these things put together, it is, we can say that there are some features which is not. So here you can see India age is 21. So India is a primitive type. Age is an identifier. Okay, identifier. Okay, or a variable which can, so 21. Okay. So this one, date. So string name. So string S is capital. That means it's a class type. Okay. So class type is known as a reference type. Class type is known as reference type. This is an identifier. Okay, date, another one class which is, don't think from where this string came from, where this don't have a confusion from where this date and string came from. Okay, Java is having so many packages. Java provides so much of packages. This package makes Java the most useful and worthy thing. So package contains, imagine you are going outside and you're getting a Cadbury, one big pack. It contains so many small Cadbury mitais, right? Cadbury chocolates, right? Small Cadbury or Dairy Milk, small chocolates. When you open it. So similarly, Java package contains what? Package contains classes and interfaces, like that you can think. Classes, if you open the package, it will not be one package, will have another package. And that package, anyway, the internally java.lang dot like that. So Java package is internally, you can think about a lang package, sub package. If you open the sub package, then you can see so many classes. What do you get? Ultimately, you will get class or interfaces. That's what you get. Okay. Internally, it will be class or interfaces. So from there, the date and string directly you cannot use it, right? You have to use it in a public static void main in a class. So we have to first do the import statement. Okay. So while you have to import it, okay, but string no need to import. Why? Because it's already coming from java.lang. Okay. Date you have to use java.util.date, and there is one more date called java.sql.date also is there. Okay. The different dates are there. And okay, there is one more. Exactly saying there is three dates are there. Three date class. Date class belongs to three different packages also. Okay. Java.util.date is also there. Java.sql.date is also there. Okay. There's one more package. Okay. Anyway, just told you. I don't know whether you understand or not. Okay. Why? Because there's something called local date. Okay. Local date is also there. Okay. That local date class belongs to another package. Okay. That's why I told. So please keep this architecture in mind. Okay, whenever you study this, always keep this in mind that you have understood this diagram. Okay, otherwise, definitely you will not understand what is object oriented. Okay, so if you have a class called car, imagine you have a class called car. Just now we have an object, right? So whenever you create an object for it, what happens is that the object will be stored in this object. Okay, will be stored in the car object, will be stored in the reference, that so in the heap, and the reference pointer will be stored in stack. Please note that. Okay, the object will be stored in heap and the reference to it will be stored in the stack. Object will be stored in heap and reference will be stored in the stack. That you keep in mind. Okay, here you see public class hello world. Okay, here we have a variable. This variable string name. This variable is known as what variable? What is the name of this variable? Can somebody tell me what is the name of this variable? Somebody, please. Very simple question, right? This name variable, right? So what is known as instance variable? Okay. This is known as instance variable or member variable. Okay. What is float salary? The salary is a local variable. It's inside a method. You can see here, right? Inside a method. So only scope is inside a method. Imagine we know only one particular language. Then we can only be in that state. Outside, imagine we are going to Japan without knowing Japanese language. Okay, so we don't know it, right? So we are local to it. So similarly, this float salary is only within this. This is only within this method. So they can't access. You can't access age variable from, yeah, definitely this salary is not also accessible outside. It's not accessible, and definitely you can see here public static void main. In public static void main, what you are going to do? Can't access salary. Why? Because salary is a local variable. You cannot access salary here. Okay, can't access CTR from here. That is also not possible. Why? Because it's outside. It's not possible. Only within this. Okay, age, right? Age is declared in main method. How can you access it here? Not possible. Only within this. Okay, local variable available only within the method where they are declared. Please see this. Okay, local variable. That's these things you please keep in mind. Okay, very basics. Okay. But I can start only from the basics. Okay. Otherwise, if you start from transient, if I start from volatile and all, it will be very tough for you. So that's why very basics I'm just giving. So you can start by yourself. My aim is to give you the basics now. Okay. That high-end things, JPA, Java, Hibernate, all those things we will study. But I will be the one who will be dealing these things. Okay. I will tell you what is Hibernate, what is object relation mapping, what is annotation. So many, we will see in depth higher level things. We'll see everything once you come over here. Okay. So now you see the basics and you just prepare it accordingly. Okay. So the different types of casting, primitive casting, reference casting, though, that we'll see later. Okay. Now not worry about it now. Okay. So various if, else, switch, while, do while, for loop. Okay. One more thing. Is there anybody who is not knowing C language here? C language? Is there anybody who is not knowing C language? Who is not aware of C language? Is there anybody who is not aware of C language? Okay, I think all of you have studied. So one happy information is that happy thing is that C Java and C language shares the same. Okay, Java didn't reinvent the wheel. Okay, it's not like they have different switch, they have different if else, different while. No, nothing. Everything is same. For loop, while, do while, switch and if else, program controlling statements, right? So these things are exactly same. Okay, so you cannot say that we don't know. Okay, that is exactly cut and paste from that. Like that you can see. Okay, why? Because we have Java has used it. Java has used the same syntax of C and C++. Okay, even C sharp also have same syntax of those things. But one more thing is that in Java we have for loop in different formats. Like enhanced for loop is there. We will see it. Okay, then we will have enhanced for loop. Then we will have a for each method in collection. Then we have for each method which consumes lambda expression. Then we have for each method which consumes method referencing. So please keep it in mind. Okay, we'll have so many things we have to learn so many things, but now you keep it in mind. Okay, that we have so many things. Okay, we have so many things. Okay, if you want to explore, I will write it here. Okay, we can explore those things. Okay, we have for loop, right? Originally for loop. Okay, for loop and while loop everything is same, but Java extra we have enhanced for loop is there. Okay, Java we have enhanced for loop also. Enhanced for loop also. Java has same for loop is available. Same ordinary for loop is available. Okay. Extra we have extra. What are there? Extra. There are so many things. Okay. Extra we have enhanced for loop. Then we have for each method. For each method. Then we have for each method. For each method. We have for each method which okay for this for each method. For each with the lambda. We'll see it later. Okay. Lambda expression. All these things are there. We'll see it later. Okay. So if you want to see some basic syntax, I will tell you what is the for loop. Okay, if you no need for those things, right? You are very simple things. Okay, how it works, you see here for loop. Okay, very basic for loop. I will show you what is a for loop. Okay, if you are not clear with. Okay, you see the basic for loop already. It is there. Okay, I just put an enter button. So see here the for loop. While loop. What is a while loop? Declare initialize it. While I less than 4, this condition is checked. I is 1. 1 is less than 4. 1 is less than 4. No doubt. Go inside. Print it, then increment or decrement, then it will recheck, then come, then I became 2, 2 is less than 4, it came inside, then it became 3, 3 is less than 4, came inside, then it became 4, 4 is not equal to 4, it will print. The same thing if you want to put as a for loop, what you have to do? Then you can put like this. Or else what you can do, you can put it like this, right? Inside everything, for loop is like everything inside in h is equal to 1. Okay, h less than 4, then we can give h plus plus. That's what. Okay, so same thing. Okay, if you want, you can put it in a different place also. Then it will look like while loop. Okay, let us say while loop. Okay, that is for loop. Okay, so this is what is the basic syntax is. Okay, so this is the basic same thing, exactly same as your this one. Okay. Then if you want to have a switch case, what will you give? Switch case, right? If else also same. If I, you can Imagine you are having this is a different. This is this one, right? Don't worry about this. Okay, this is a ternary operator. Okay, we don't worry about. Now we are saying if else. Okay, if else is same as if same as your C language. If else if you can have a if else without else. Can it's possible? Can we have if else if then without else? Is it possible without else? Is it if else should be if if else is mandatory? Can somebody give? If else if else not mandatory. Correct, exactly, Surya Narayan. No, it's not mandatory, right? We can have if with else if without else. But basically you have to, it's always better to put else. Okay, that's it. Okay. Then static variable, what are the things which you can give in a static variable? Can we give a double in a static variable? Static variable. Static not static, sorry, switch case, sorry for it. Okay, not static variable, switch case. What are the things which you can give? Switch, you see here, switch can be given with, you see here, please note this. Okay, I have already typed it. Okay, switch will not work for float, double and long. Okay, switch will not work for float, double and long. And switch, this is switch, right? Switch you cannot pass float, double and long. But string is possible. But string also, when I was studying, it was not possible. In 2002, it was not possible. Okay, string was not possible. Okay, but in JDK 7 onwards, JDK 7 came in 2006 something, I think. 2008, I think. Yeah, that time onwards, string is possible. Now it's possible. Okay, then structs you can give enumerations. Okay, switch works for byte short int. So please keep this in mind. Okay, float, double and long, it will not work for it. And definitely you can give the corresponding wrapper classes also. This switch will work for byte short and character. So corresponding wrapper classes, these are the wrapper classes corresponding to it. Okay, switch will work for the wrapper classes of int start. Wrapper class is nothing but a class type for the primitive type. So int corresponding integer, char corresponding character, byte corresponding byte, short corresponding short. But you have to keep in mind that everything starts with capital letter. Okay, caps. Okay, caps. Please note caps. Okay, because these are reference type. Reference type always starts with capital. Reference type always starts with capital. Okay, so anyway, we will do one thing. We'll have a discussion anyway. Then we'll have tomorrow one more session is there. That time we will have. So, what are any doubts you are having in this topic till now? We have taken any doubts? We'll have a deep discussion. We have a discussion because we have only 7 more minutes. I have so many things to take. I will take this session for maybe, if required, I will take for 1 month continuously. Okay. That is different. Okay, so please ask me your queries. You please ask in Java. What is your doubts? Means like what is the what are your doubts like before coming for the because June we have exam. So what are your doubts? You ask openly so that you switch on your mic and ask very happily. You ask. Okay, you already know me, right? So there is no wrong question or right question. Nothing. You can ask me very openly. Please. Let it be an open talk.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Who
am I
is this
audible?
first of all? Yeah.
Aswan,
May
sir.
I know?
Aswan.
Yeah,
Aswan.
you're from which college? Which college?
Sir, Basilis, Mar Basilis.
Marble Celeste. Yeah, I have come over there. I just
Yes,
know.
sir.
I,
Then
I,
that's
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
sir. Sir, it is like a simple question. You mentioned about const, right, as a keyword, but we don't use
Yeah,
that.
we don't use. We don't use. Yeah.
So, does it have any function then? Like, or
Then
it
why
is
it is
just
why it is
yes, sir.
result? That's the question. Yeah, it is
Yes,
it,
sir.
that is like maybe people are saying not it maybe Java may be having a plan to use it in future. Maybe in after 2022, 2024, they may come with some use for it. Okay. Till now, it is not
Okay.
used. Maybe they may use some. They may give some use for it in future.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir. So
For
there are
example,
total.
for example, JDK 10, JDK 11, they have added a new variable called var, var. We can give var a is equal to 10. Okay.
Okay.
Now, nowadays, it's not possible in the earlier. Now it is possible in latest JDK. You can see, please see this. Okay. Since Ashwin asked like this. Now in latest JDK, it will not work here. Okay. My JDK is JDK 8 now. In latest JDK, we can give var a is equal to 10. Okay. Like this, we can give. This is possible. Can you believe? Okay, no need to mention int, float, all those things. But it should be local variable. Okay, it should be inside a method. Okay, it should not be an instance variable. If it is inside a method, this is possible inside a method. Okay, in latest JDK. If you install JDK 10, it is possible. But this var has been now var is reserved. Var is reserved. Okay. But it is not earlier. In the PPT, in the PDF I have shown, it is not there. Okay, Ashwin, then anything means am I answered your question?
Yes, sir. So like, does that make any difference in the count, sir? Does it like is it 62 right now? Like keywords 62?
Yeah, it will keep increasing. It will keep increasing every year. It will increase. It will keep increasing. Maybe 2025 it will be sometime maybe 70 more than that. Keep increasing as new variables comes. They may keep increasing.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you,
Yeah,
sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, okay. And anything regarding general doubts regarding what is to be prepared, I will tell you if you when before June exams, all of you please listen. Okay, you just study the core Java thoroughly. Clear? Thoroughly study core Java. I will give the introductions in today and tomorrow. If possible, if required, I will have some more sessions in future. Okay, then go through those basic core Java thoroughly. Okay, thoroughly in the sense like, but if you have objective exams, they can confuse you in so many different ways. Okay, so go through those things thoroughly. Whatever materials we have given, go through it in depth. Okay, so that you will be able to answer it very well. And when you come over here, right, that time it will be very easy for you. That's the advantage. And when you are a developer, that time also you'll feel that much of happiness that we are clear with it. Only thing is you need to spend 3 weeks. That's it. Clear. Then any other technical doubts other than now Ashwin is asking similarly any doubts? Please be because we will not get like these situations like this, right? Later. Yeah, somebody's mic is on, but I don't know.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. May I know who is it?
This is Ashwin, sir. I'm from Vishwanath College.
Yeah, Ashwin. Yeah. You may be knowing me.
Hi, sir. I'm from IT department.
Yeah. Oh, you don't have Java, right? IT, you don't have Java.
Yes, sir. We do have. We are 2019.
You do have Java, IT.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So previously IT was not having Java, but nowadays IT is having Java. Okay, very good. Okay.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
from 2019.
Oh, your net is breaking. Okay.
Anyway,
Ashwin, carry on, Ashwin. Tell me.
Doesn't the use of OR make Java loosely typed language?
What makes Java loosely?
The use of OR in the latest ADK makes it loosely typed.
Oh, okay, very good. Super question. Yeah, I like the question. Wonderful. Yeah. Super. So, Ashwin, that question is a super question. Okay. So, claps for the question. So, var does not makes Java lose its, even though we may think that Java's var variable, if we give, then that strongly typed is losing. It will become loosely typed, right? That's what your question, right? But it's not that it is not the case. Okay. Why? Because when you give var space a is equal to 10, then that time what happens that internally you see here var space a is equal to 10, right? If you give like this, var space a is equal to 10. If you give var space a is equal to 10, or else like this, then automatically it internally senses that a is 10. Then it is making a as an integer. So internally it is mentioning a as an integer type, but it automatically identifies. So this is not statically, it is in the runtime, it identifies. Okay, it identifies. So it is still strongly typed. Still strongly typed. Python, right? Python will give what? We will give Python, how will you give? A is equal to 10. If you give, imagine you are giving A is equal to 10. But still Python is strongly typed. Why? Ashwin, am I getting? A is equal to 10. Python is strongly typed. Why Python is strongly typed? Why? Because Python internally checks what is 10. Right hand side is 10. So A is integer. So that is dynamically strongly typed, right? So similarly, if you give Java this variable argument, we may think that it is going to lose its strongly typed feature, but still it is strongly typed. And there is one restriction for var argument. That var argument should be local variable. Okay, this var is known as local variable type inference, LVTI. Local variable, that is known as local variable Local variable type inference. Infer means what? What do you mean infer? Infer means identify from what is being assigned. So var a is equal to 10. So a is even 10. Oh, so it will think, okay, a is 10. So it is integer, like that. It will infer from the type. Okay. So that is not local variable type inference. Okay. So type inference means that I think sharing has been stopped, I think, right? Can you see my window?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, am I answered your question? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. That's clear. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Somebody else? Any doubts? Other it's like general doubts also. Okay, like what to be prepared, what it is, or yeah. Somebody else posting in the chat, I think, right? I will see. Let me see. Can you please share me the PDF how the exam will be in? Yeah. Share this PDF. Okay. I will. Besides a company's PDF, so I will try. I will try to share. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Better than that PDF, you just see that that material which is being shared to you. There very clearly it is mentioned. I will share this PDF for sure. More than that, more than sharing this video, you please see that link which is being shared, which is very clearly mentioned in that. Okay, how the exam will be in June? June exam will be most probably objective exams. Okay, objective exam where you will be having very the questions will be like objective questions. Okay, so you have to be very clear because but programming objective questions. Okay, so it will not be that easy with the protracting everything with your full protracting enabled test. Okay, it means you will be. Sir, is this meeting being recorded? Yeah, this meeting is not recorded. By next meeting onwards, we'll record. Okay, this meeting is not recorded. Yeah, I will record the next session. Okay, and I will share that video also. Okay. Then yeah, Austin has told yeah answer. And then yeah, Meghana's question I have answered. Anybody else? Any questions you have? Next session onwards will be recorded. So any doubts like if we have any Java doubts, you can ask. Just now Ashwin has asked a very good doubt. But another one, Ashwin has another doubt. Yeah, can there be selection criteria after this exam? Those things, yeah. One thing I can tell you is that the exam, right? This exam is having importance. That is there. Okay, that is not that is a procedure which is taken by the means like definitely that examination will have some importance. Okay, that much only I can say. But other things I don't know exactly. Regarding those things, what is it? It is basically dealt by the recruitment team. Okay, so we are not belonging to recruitment team. We are from the technical side, right? So I am not. This exam is important. That I can tell you. This exam is important means we have to prepare for the exam. That I can tell you very well. Okay, definitely. So then what is that all the procedures that recruitment was done by recruitment team. I think Jobs Career was the one who was sending you regarding recruitment. So he will be only knowing about those procedures and all. We belongs to the technical session, the technical team. That's why. Technical doubts you can other doubts you can ask to the technical means that the recruitment team you can ask once you are technically those things technical subject point of view that you just any other doubts. Okay, why? Because we may not get one more session we will be getting after that. We don't have time like this, right? That's why even I have put the session you see here, this session I have put after the session only, like after 5 p.m. office time. After office time only I have just put the session. Why? Because there is no other time we are getting. So later if you are saying then we may not have that. Okay. Yeah, then we are going to have sem exam by first week of June. So yeah, so what you are saying that shall we can we have it the next session after that? Is it like that? That's what you are saying, right? So you are having exam by okay. So this is March, April, right? Oh, we are saying by June. Okay, fine. Okay. I thought you have serious exam. So is it okay that tomorrow I can have this session or like is it like all of you have exams or something? Is it that what you're saying? You have serious exam in your exams. Can somebody switch on your mic and say whether you have serious exams?
Sir, actually,
Yeah.
so we have our university exams on June, and as you mentioned, this selection process is going to be by the end of May or June.
Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, that will be without overlapping. That's for sure. We will see that KTU calendar, then only it will be there. Don't worry about it. Okay. Without overlap, without
Right.
overlapping with your university exam, only it will be there, because KTU's university calendar is freely available in net, right? So we can see it. Okay. Yeah,
Okay, sir.
tomorrow. Okay, so yeah, that will be done in accordingly. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, so we will see calendar, then only we'll have it on Sunday or something. Accordingly, only we'll keep it without making difficulty to you. Okay, for sure. This one also, I have seen your calendar. I have seen that May 5th is your second series has to be ended. So I understood that by next maybe your second series is going on, right? Some days it will be going on. I think today you might have sometimes series exam, right? So I just checked it. That's why. How long will be our training once we join? Yeah, training will be for 3 months. 3 months. Okay. Java, core Java training will be for 1 month. Advanced Java will be for 1 month. Then Angular and React, all those things, everything put together for React and core Java and Java Spring Boot. This will be there for 2 months. And 1 month will be project training. So total 3 months training. Was there any links shared in the chat in the beginning? No, there is no links shared in the chat. The study materials, everything was shared already in the mail by the learning and development team. That's the only link which that there everything is mentioned. No separate material has been shared. Ashwin, I have answered, I think. Is there anything else? Any clarifications? No, right? So shall we wind up 8:36? Okay, I have to. Okay, then okay. Will the training be? Training will be fully Austin. The training will be fully offline, no doubt. Okay. Training in the sense like after joining here, full offline. I mean 3 months offline. Okay, you can ask to your seniors. All of your seniors are here, right? All okay, Kerala's all colleges we have. Will be the offline training. Will be continuation of the online meetings. No, not the continuation. From the scratch we'll start. Okay, offline training will be from the scratch, from the basic. Okay. Yeah, to the core Java, advanced Java, everything will be there. Angular, React. Are we supposed to practice competitive programming along with core Java? Competitive programming. Yeah, you can practice both like objectives first. Starting with objectives, all the concepts. Okay, then that will be enough. Start with the objective questions point of view. Prepare for some Oracle certification. That means Java certification. It's like that. Some objective questions you prepare. Once you are clear with it, then you think about the other little more high level programming. Okay, so that your objective questions you can Swapna. Swapna. Okay, so I think Swapna. So I have answered your question. I think Swapna. Okay. So any other doubts? Yeah, as you mentioned, Matthews has put. As you mentioned, we are supposed to finish the course by May 12th. Do we have exams after that? I mean, immediately May. No, exams will be on June. Yeah, then you finish it by May 20th, and exam will be there on June month. Okay. No, it will not be on May immediately on May 20th. No, it will not be. It will be on June. Okay, exam will be on June. You finish it as per the schedule. You finish it by May 20th, May 30th. Okay, by May month, then you have one more month, right? So June, anytime you can expect that exam without affecting your university exam. It will be on some holidays. Okay, then we will wind up, right? Okay, then if there is no other questions, okay. Okay, then bye. See you all. Okay, I want to leave. Okay, I may reach 2 o'clock. Now I have to start from Trivandrum to Kochi. Okay, bye bye.